Good morning, everyone. I hope we're recording. We should be. How's everybody doing? Staying warm? Man, it's been cold. Crazy weather we're having in this global warming. Pretty cold. Guess we're going to start out like we do every day. Talk about what we carried. I've got a cool new way for people to call in. It involves
your cell phone into.
Hold on a second. We'll just watch the video. Let's not actually do it. Hold on just a second, guys. Let me turn on Firefox so you can see what I'm doing. Alright. Using Video Ninja OBS. Alright, here we go. Actually, dang it.
Hi guys. So this is a quick guide on the basics, the very basic functionality of OBS Ninja.
Hold on.
If you aren't aware, OBS Ninja is a piece of software I made about 6-7 months ago at the beginning of the isolation period. It's a free tool, open source even, that lets other things. Apps in this, just go to obs.ninja. Super easy. Communities that are highly technically contained. I'm almost always by email. That's live streaming video. And I'm streaming that out. And I'm live streaming right now. This is how I'm capturing it. Okay, and so I'll show you how to do this and if we want to be advanced at this, and what we're going to do is we are going to say add camera to OBS. We can select a different camera and select a different mic source. We can see our audio. It just works. Super simple, free, low latency.
Next up, this is pretty cool. This has been getting some buzz lately, and for good reason. This is the Pyrotech Knives Kraken. Comes in about $300. S90V blade steel, 3 1/4 inches long. Very cool.
Yep.
It's more of a sheep's foot, really, but
Nope.
S90V blade, really nicely finished. Crossbar lock with excellent action, it should be said. Ambidextrous, finger safe operation. Nice, just really nice action, actually. But check out the titanium handles here. What is missing? Thomas?
Fasteners.
Yeah, no visible fasteners from the front. It's very clean. Same thing on the back. No fasteners. You don't even see a pivot. That's because these scales are magnetically attached to the handle itself. They're not going to just pop off easily either. Like, they're really on there, but you can take them off if you're intentional about the way you do this. And actually, this is kind of proof of what I'm talking about. It's not just going to come off accidentally. You have to be deliberate in the way you take that off. But there, check that out. Embedded magnets in the titanium right there, attached to the steel liners right there. The nice thing about that is cleaning this should be very easy when you need to get in there. Making adjustments can be really nice, and they're kind of going to stay put, I would think, as well, since they're nice and covered up and little should be making contact with them. Really cool design, really cool features with that. And even if you take that out of the equation, a S90V crossbar locking knife of this type of quality at $300 is not outside the realm of acceptable.
Oh my goodness, you couldn't hear me at all the last little bit. Now you can hear feedback. All those new knives we saw. And that is crazy with the sound. Y'all are going to hear echo. Why do they sell a $900 titanium box from Rexford? I can't believe y'all didn't hear me talking about this stuff. That is crazy. Yes, so what did y'all think about the, that is wild, about those ones with the magnetic scales? The Pyrotech Kraken. Let's go back a page. Right here. Where's the Kraken? There's the Kraken scales, but where's the Kraken? Oh yeah, we typed it in up here. Yeah, no screws on these at all. You got magnetic. I got magnets embedded. We watched that. I can't believe.
Next up, this is pretty.
Can't believe y'all didn't hear me. He could barely get them off. That is wild. Can't believe that. Can't believe, man. Streaming is harder than it looks. You gotta learn how to mute mics and which windows to. I've only been doing it a week straight, so I'm getting better. Good morning, folks. Yeah, man, my mic was muted. Glad you joined. I'm gonna have to have one, man. I think I'll wait till they hit the secondary market on like Knife Swap. Sorry I can't play the audio, but it'll feed back. I don't have I'm not wearing headphones at the moment. I don't really want to. But yeah, cool knife. I wanted to buy. I was there talking about how I could probably do better on the channel, better anodization than this. So I was thinking about buying the knife and buying a set of these and showing how you prep scales to get them to do entropic and do a video for the channel. So I said all that when I was showing it earlier, but I didn't have the microphone on. So the first little part of the video, apologize, people. I'm still just learning how to do this. Oh, there's crystallized. You know, I looked into doing this crystallized finish, and that means you could do those any color right now. Probably they would take. That's wild. You have to do it in a vacuum. You have to have a vacuum chamber to be able to do that crystallized texture, and you can't see it until a color. I did not know that you could process it raw like that and then just add a color, but I bet anodizing it would just change it. Blue ice. Yeah, that's what they've done there. Man, that doesn't look good. As good as some. Let's see. To go back. Hope I'm not starting to get sick. Yeah, that Bradford Knives Guardian is nice too. Let's go to page 3 because we went to page 2 already. Yeah, we already saw that in one of the first videos. They're starting to I think they're phasing out the PT Plus. So I've seen quite a few Bokers. I guess some of these places like Knife Centers, Boker gives them a heck of a deal. So Knife Center really pushes them to the top of the list. I still want to try one of the Gen 3 to see how the new zero blade play stuff works. Because that's just been my hang up with OTFs is the wiggle. Like, I've never held a deadlock, and I've held some nice ones, but they still got a wiggle. And so I want to try this new one, or I want to hold a deadlock and see if it's even worth waiting on a good OTF. I don't like blade wiggle. Fulcrum, DEFCON Fulcrum. And I don't know why, when you mentioned a knife, there was another one you wanted me to check out the other day. I don't know why I just didn't type it in real quick. Okay. Looks a lot like some of my Tucsons. It has a what? Oh, the pivot with a pivot lock like that. Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, I like its shape. Does it have the same? Have you taken apart the Ankylo? The Ankylo has a cool bar section that you push out of the way that locks into the pivot has a notch cut out of it. I mean, the blade has a notch cut out of it, and there's a piece of metal that goes down the whole length of the scales that button pushes out of the way, and it locks in a little, like a rectangle area. It locks it into the blade cut out, and it's very secure, like super secure. Oh, you got the cheap version? Okay. I don't, I just assume everybody gets titanium, but maybe not. Did you get this one? Do you know what I'm talking about with the with the Ankylo though? Because if not, I'll show you. If I can find it. Oh, we could. Heck, I don't have to do it. Did you get the titanium? Yeah. Man, that's pretty cool. I just don't, man. I just can't do carbon fiber. I don't know why. Like, why do I have such an issue with carbon fiber? I mean, it's so crazy because out of these thousands of knives that we all look at, you can get like 3 or 4 different versions of all of them. And some people like me just get the same. I just want plain titanium. And, you know, the thing is out of most, I got it right here. All right. I said we could just watch a disassembly video. Yeah. I'm going to show you kind of before we watch the little video right here. So, if you look, you can't see it, but the back of the blade back here, right back here, has a notch cut out of it, and then there's a metal bar that goes all the way down the middle. And when you push this button, you're pushing that metal bar out of the notch of the blade. And so it's super strong. Like, I would put it up against any lock out there, how strong it is. We will go back here and real quick. We will type in we will hit videos. I think Stasa. I think Stasa's video is the one I watched. Let's see what we got here. All right, here we go. It's got these huge pivots. Super cool. All right, check this out. Sorry, I'll have to kind of explain. I can't play his audio. I don't want to put on headphones. Go look up a video if you want to watch it, but let's take it apart here. Come on, guy. So it's got two TH right there. That's how you take it apart. Then, of course, you take out all the body screws, take out the pivot, just like a normal knife, and you pull the side off. Come on, guy. All right, so there's the lock. So there's that metal bar that goes down the whole other side of the scales. And it goes in the button. That's the other side of the scales. The button is on the other side. And so when you push it, it pushes that bar out of the way. And the detent ball is on there too, which is super cool. Let me turn off closed captioning. Well, y'all could kind of see what he's saying. Come on, just show how the mechanism. So, but look how big the bearings are. When you push through, that little pin hits the inside of that metal bar, and it lifts it out of that groove in the blade. Those bearings are cool too, though. And if you notice, that pivot part has solid steel part too. Anyway, cool lock mechanism. Let's go back to, I figured out why it was glitchy the other day. I had Zoom open the whole time, and so my camera was going through Zoom and through OBS, and so that's why it was all like jittery the other day. Whoops, I didn't mean to click that. Yeah, they're really coming in with these inlay Chris Reeve. Yeah, me too, man. Like, some of the locks, I mean, there's some of them to me that are fads. Like, I don't know. The 8015 to me is a terrible lock, and some people like it. But that lock where you have to squeeze the handle tight to make sure the lock doesn't fail, like, I just don't get it. Like, to me, that's like a fad, and he's done enough good locks that he needs to just quit messing around with locks for a little while. I do like the shark lock kind of lock. I think that's cool. The Flatanium, they're leasing that lock technology out to everybody now. Like, that's what, that's what you can do. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a fail video where I took mine and just banged it a couple of times. And if you're not constantly applying pressure, and they're like, well, you're always holding it in your hand, gripping it tight. And I'm like, yeah, I get that, but I don't want my knife to fail even if I'm not gripping it tight. Like, I think you should be able to do both. What is this little Kershaw button lock? Not a fan of Kershaw. I think they fell off after the mid 90s. I remember growing up in the 80s and stuff, in the 90s, early 90s, that Kershaw was considered a good brand back then. Like, then something happened and they just fell off. The same with Gerber. Like, we used to go, if we found a Gerber in a knife case somewhere in a store, like, we were like, look, it's a Gerber. Like, that's a good knife, like. And they were USA made. They were made by hand by people's dads, people's granddads. And I don't know, like, cost of goods ruined lots of things, and I think Kershaw and Gerber were two of them. ZT has done a better job of holding up their USA quality, but they're still, I guarantee, I don't know. Labor cost is important in building a product, so Yeah, we already saw all these, so we're good on the knife center. Let's go see what Chicago Knife Works has open box. And let's sort by price. Oh, they don't have anything that they have listed. Huh. Because I've gotten a lot of Kaiser titanium knives. I've been on a kick. I got this same knife for $79 from somewhere. I can't get to my phone at the moment to check my email. Oh, I guess I can check. I can check my email. I've got a link. Hold on. Show display names. Oh, okay. I think I just add a browser window. If you got 10 minutes, man, I want to check out, see if this works. I should be able to put this in here. Control audio. Hit OK. All right, now what do we got there? Let me turn off the Firefox. We should have cameras. Huh. That's weird. Join room with camera. Screenshots with room. Well, I'll have to figure that out offline today. But I should have a link I can send y'all to where you can call in and do either video or audio calls and join in there with me. We will get that figured out. And let me look real quick. Sheepdog, let's see. I got it from where are we at? Caviso. Caviso had them on sale. Boom, there it is. Let me show you real quick. Wow, I wonder if I could just paste a picture into. Guess we're gonna find out. Let me see here. Well, I'll have to do it the hard way. Save, screenshot, 01. My goodness, I lost my mouse. Hold on just a second. Should come right up. Downloads. Desktop, screenshot 01. Drag that to Firefox. Boom. There's where I bought the same knife. I don't even have Firefox on, so you can't even see. Look, Sheepdog Titanium, $79.95. So, my whole point was, when you see a price like $204, do some shopping. Because they have, I mean, I think last time I checked, Caviso actually still had it. Put 2 S's. Look, Sheepdog. Sold out. There it was, though. Yeah, it says 204 right there, too. That's pretty crazy. I don't know. Kaiser goes through their thing where, like, they got to get rid of inventory and they're moving on to the next models and they just blow them out. Oh yeah, the cold steel prices are crazy. My last good deal on a cold steel. What's the $300? Maybe it's even more. How much is the? Oh, I found my. Was it the? Is it the SRM? Hold on. SRK. What did I keep saying yesterday? Yeah, the 3V. That's not the expensive one. Um. Anyway, I got one for like one. Man, 129 or 139 that they had like listed for like 389 or something. It was like one quarter of the price on their website. Pretty wild. But go to Caviso and check out their exclusives and their folding knives. They have some good deals on stuff from time to time. Atlantic knife that he mentioned has some really good deals. Let's see. Problem with Atlantic is I usually just run across them. I wish they had like a discounted thing. I guess you just go to folding knives and sort by. See, and they don't have a good filter system either. Man, I wish they did better on that. What is it? Like it looks like a smock. I was like, how they got a $55 smock? Well, it looks a little different than a smock. What is this? Is this really Best Tech like OEM? Is Best Tech, man? See, that's something I've been wondering about. Can you tell me the answer to that? Yes, exactly. It feels like it's 20 years old. They have no kind of filters. I run across them when I'm looking for other knives, and it'll just pop up with one of these crazy prices. Um, Man, it's so hard to like get used to using different browsers. I have browser windows open. All right. See, I don't think it is OEM. I think it's a totally different company. I don't know what makes me think that. I don't know the. What is the logo? See, I'm having issues. What is Best Tech logo? And what is Best Tech Man's? Yeah, they're not. Because I saw some knives and I was like, because I consider Best Tech to be in my top three. We got Vosteed, Best Tech, and Riot. And Kunwu stepped up pretty good. They do pretty good OEM work. But for me, the top three are those three: Vosteed, Best Tech, and Riot. They're all in China, yeah. Yeah, they're not the same. Best Tech makes nice knives. I mean, their knives are $300. They don't have $55 knives. $200, $300. I mean, maybe they do have. Yeah, they do have $59 knives. Look, but I'm telling you, the $59. Oh, this $59 knife is way better than that $59 knife. I guarantee you that. Vosteed is doing a great job. Man, what's up with the wild colors? Why do they have? What is this? I don't like it. I don't like that color either in the middle of that. That's a Bestech color. Some people, I like that color. I take that back. I like that micarta once it gets weathered and some oil in it. And I don't know why they got to put damaged steel patterns on everything. That knife's pretty wild. I like the way that one looks, and I like that micarta. That's more my style, micarta. That's a nice looking knife. 3.47 inch blade. I really like the blade shape. The Vestige. So here's what I would do if I wanted that knife. This is just a lesson for some of you new guys. I would copy the name of that. I would go to Reddit. I would go to the knife swap. I would type in I would hit Vestige. And there are none that have been listed in post or comments yet, because it's probably a brand new knife. So they haven't hit the secondary. And actually, I would go to eBay then really quick, hit Vestige knife. I would see that they're still the same price on there as they are $255. Whoops. Oh, it was on this window, sorry. $255 and $255. So that eBay store is probably, and then I would go to, I might check like Blade Binge. But like I said, it's probably so new that Vestige. No results, so you have to pay the full price and find a coupon code or a promo code. I like that classic too. Well, I think we've done enough of winging it this morning. Just gone over some new knives. Talked about knives. Yeah, Riot and Kunwu. Before I go, I'll show you a few Riot knives that feel really good. Maybe let's see. I might have a Bestech or something too. This is a Riot knife. Hold on. Go to OBS and turn off Firefox. I've got quite a few actually, but this is a super cool Kubi OEM knife. This one is a Bestech. And this one is something. Hold on. So is this one. But the one I was trying to find was an actual. Where in the heck is an actual Riot? Oh my goodness. Okay, that's an actual. That's a Bestech. That's a supersonic. All right, Griffins. It's my Zorro. Where's my Zorro? That makes me angry. I should be able to reach it. I haven't been in this case the last few days. My very best knives. And, hold on just a second. Let's see. Gecko Customs. Giant Mouse. Riot Zorro. I thought it was up here, but why? Yeah, there it is. All right, so there's a few we can go over. I know what I can do, what I should be able to do. I should be able to do both. Should be able to resize this camera. Let's see. Well, hold on. Resize the camera to half the screen. Bring on Firefox. Highlight it. Bring it down to half the screen or something. We should go together, and should be able to do this at the same time. Except that I can't type and look at the same time. Alright, so this I know for sure is a Riot OEM. This is the Pina Knives Mini Diesel with zirconium pivots and clip. And that is a Riot knife. Riot makes the Chavez knives. This is also one of their knives. This is one of their knives. This is the Zorro. This is a Riot Zorro. It's got that one of my favorite blade grind. Man, I love that. The little harpoon. That Zorro is an awesome knife, man. I'm so glad I got that. I actually had the first video up on YouTube about this knife. First unboxing. And that got me quite a few views. I got this. There was a guy that got one early at Blade Show. And so, like, I bought this knife like a couple of days before it was actually released. So I got the video out quick on it, and that helps with videos. So this knife kind of holds a place in my heart a little bit. But those two are Riots. I know this is a Bestech for sure. This is a Bestech brand. It's a pretty cool knife that they came out with. It's called a Supersonic. I got it for really cheap. And since I like Bestech as the OEM, a guy had it. I got a really good deal on it. It's not my style per se, but if I carried it for a few days, I bet I would love it. It's the problem with having so many knives is you just you don't have time to enjoy them all. I know this is a high dollar Kubi. This is like the Kubi KB line of knives that are like $300. This is the Bridgeport 1827 FY. So that's a good Kubi OEM knife. I thought with a name like Bridgeport, it was somebody that had a Bridgeport mill and CNC capabilities and decided to make their own knives, but no, that's not it. And then these three, I think, are, let's go back to make this full size for a minute since we're not looking up. Oh no, this is where I gotta look up stuff. Duh. Alright, so now I gotta look up CAELM Designs Ari. Alright, so the Ari custom Callan blade designs. Hold on, here we go. I think it tells on one of these Riot OEM Riot or OEM Bestech. No, it was on the actual website. And I can't remember additional specs. Let's see. Doesn't say on there either. Cannot remember where. Hi, Mike Callum. I found found the OEM on it, and I don't know why I can't remember it. All right, let's go to the next one. Luft AVNT. That's this knife. I can't see the camera at the moment, so hoping I'm getting it in the frame. Luft Concepts. Whoops, did I not type it right? Nope, I meant AVNT. Alright. Brass exclusives, M390, DLT. Origin China. Man, why doesn't Luft have its website up? Like, what is going on? Like, why is the Ari still not on here? Just only moved on to the latest knives. I hate that. I don't even have a search function. What in the world? Maybe I looked at golly images until I found the right. Maybe it was E-Knives. No, it wasn't them. Maybe they got the OEM. Anyway, wasted too much time on that. It's crazy how a couple of weeks can change websites completely to where you can't find knives that you could find 2 weeks ago. River's Edge, DLT. Let's see if the Knife Center has it. Yep, okay, Riot. So that's a Riot. We did all that just to figure out that that's a Riot. But if you ever handle one, you'll know why I say that. So that goes over there with the Pina and the Zorro. And then we got the Golden Design Works Standard. So I know it'll still be on there. And I believe it is a Bestech for sure. But it could be a Vosti. Like, I know it says down here. OEM. Bestech. Yep, I was right with the Bestech. So this is a Bestech. There's lots of American guys who have used those OEMs and developed some super nice knives. Like I said, the Chavez. This Standard is a super cool knife too. And you can buy 2 different patterns of the scales. It's good for lefties. It's got the nested liners. And I believe this has got to be Vosteed and it's a cool design too. It's got a 4-inch blade. It's a big boy. That's the Ari. But those are Vosteed, Bestech, Riot. And man, this Luft AVNT, I didn't open it up a minute ago, but check out that blade. I mean, that blade is sick. And that thumb ramp, no jimping. I wish there was a little jimping on the back of that thumb ramp. Super slick. But it's part of the lines. Man, I've gotten some, I don't know, I've ran across some really cool people in the knife world. And I really appreciate the deals I've gotten on some knives. I bought all 3 of these from the same guy. All 4 of these, I think, from the same guy. In a package deal, and he hooked me up. I mean, I got them all at the same time. I just message people and ask them if, people be going to different things in their life, and find somebody that hadn't posted for a year, but they were a knife fan back then. They've got a lot of knives that are just sitting around doing nothing, and they got a new girlfriend or a new baby or a new wife or a new whatever, and they'll hook you up, man. If you treat them with respect, they'll treat you with respect. You can get some good knives for a decent price. And the secondary market in knives, you'll run across some of the greatest people ever. I mean, more trustworthy people. And you just have to kind of go in sometimes, get vouches from other people that you know. And once you get in that circle, then everybody leads to somebody else, and somebody can vouch for somebody else. But how I started the video was talking about this knife and how I think it's one of the best value clones. That's good for them all. I'm glad I did that on video, because I'd be mad if I did that not on video. And I think it hit my Zorro right there. Oh my goodness. I think I've got the tiniest speck ever on my Zorro right there. Crazy. But yeah, this knife, let's do a side-by-side comparison here. I figured out you got to go to his Instagram, because there's no other way. These people, I need to open an Instagram, because I'm beginning to see that a lot of these makers, that's all they use. Like, he doesn't have a website to sell his knives that he makes. And he does have a website that sells some military type stuff. But check this out right down here. That's the other version he sells. We'll throw that. Oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm doing. We'll throw that in a new tab. Then we'll go down here to the Segundo number 9. Here it is. All right, open Sesame. Nope, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to see that picture full screen. Oh my goodness. All right. Anyway, you got that knife. And let's see. Let me hold this one up so you can see the comparison. Now, there's that knife. There's the other knife. Now let me show you the price over here that the number 1 sold for. Segundo number 1 mass cast precision. That knife right there, same knife, sold used for that price. Was it worth it? I guess it was to the person that bought it. Buckaroo Bonsai came in at the end. Yeah, chump change. There you go. You've commented on quite a few of my posts, and I'm glad you got to join also. Hopefully in the next couple of days, I'm going to have the links to where we can have audio, other people come in with audio or video, or throw you a box up, throw boxes up in the corner here on the screen. Oh, nice, man. Yeah, that's right. I was going to mention it to you this morning that I had to, that's probably why I think you actually messaged me and I hadn't responded once. But yeah, I'm glad you caught the video too, man. I don't know what time I should do it every day. I just started doing it at 8. I'm going to do some some anodization videos or some mod videos on the weekends in the afternoon. I know when I first started my YouTube, a lot of the older guys were the ones watching my videos, and they get up at like 4:30. So I figured 8 a.m., they're already done with their day just about. So I thought that was plenty. I don't know. Some people got to go to work. They can't log into their computer until afterwards. So I didn't know if 9 o'clock, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let me see here. Let me get the window back where it's supposed to be. Oh, I need to learn how to use these transform. Fit the screen. There we go. Turn off the Firefox. Whoops, I locked it. Yeah, man. I've got right here. I've got my little. Let me raise the camera up a little bit. I've got my solution with a spoon bent down in there. But basically, to anodize, all you do is use a solution like this. You etch the knives with either wink or like multi-etch. Then you take and you buy. Oh my goodness, I'm making a mess. You buy a bunch of titanium wire to have for when you're doing anodization. What in the heck? Why is this video camera? Oh, by the way, guys, I bought a new Insta360 streaming cam. It has all kinds of crazy features, and it'll be in today. So the camera setup's going to be better next week. Hold on just a second. I don't know what I got going on, but right here, I had cords tangled everywhere. It's probably because I got two things plugged in at once. All right, so you take the power supply, and all you do to anodize is you look at a chart online. We'll do a quick class. So you go to, you type in a search, you say titanium anodization color chart. That's all you need to say. So we'll go back to Firefox real quick. We will say, and I know this is listed, it's a titanium color chart anodization. And you go to images and it shows you the voltage. So this is the best one right here. There's a bunch of pinned, what's that, Pinterest? Yeah, don't go to the Pinterest links. But you look down through here and you figure out what voltage. And you pick the color that you want. It starts out going through some golds. Then it goes into some purples and some blues. And then like a grayish blue. Hold on, I'm trying to get the cables. Then it goes and it repeats itself, but in a darker kind of way. It goes back through the blues and those grays, but they're like a thicker and more of a pearl kind of scent. Then it goes back through the golds again. Goes back through the golds, and then it starts going into the pinks and the higher purples, and then finally up here at the top, you get to the green colors, and the green colors are hard to get with a lot of people use wink, which is it's basically it's hydrofluoric acid. And it's diluted, and it's wink rust remover. And so you use it on the titanium, and it totally wipes out the color that's on the titanium and takes it back to bare metal. The only problem is when you take knives back to bare metal, it'll leave pits, it's called an etchant. So it etches the metal. And once it etches the metal, then the metal is ready to accept the color. So all you do is you take your scales or whatever you want to anodize, and you clip this right here to the spoon that goes down in the liquid. And then you buy a bunch of this, what I said, some rolls of titanium wire. And you can see that one is actually anodized. If I can get the color, you can see the blues and purples in it. But you basically hook your scales right here. You can see the colors on it. And you clip the red to this side. So you have your scales and you have your solution with the negative. And you just dip I don't have this plugged up, so I'm not worried about it. But you just dip the scales down in there. And according to whatever we looked at here a second ago on that chart, right here, you set your power supply to this voltage, and you will get pretty close to that color. So if you set the DC voltage on this power supply to 77 volts, so I turn the knobs on this and I set it to 77 volts. as high as amps as you can get, and then you hook it up like this, dip it in there, and it turns that color. And then you want to wash it off, and you're good to go. But anodization's not hard. And as it goes up through the voltage, it changes all those colors, and it fades between all the colors. So if you just turn the dial up slowly, you could literally sit there and watch the piece of metal turn, go up through this whole range of colors, starting down here. I don't know. He has so it would fade all the way up through here. And so when you do two-tone, yeah, the higher voltages are hard to do unless you use multi-etch. I've got both multi-etch and Wink, and I've also bought all the other stuff like TSP. There's oxalic acid. Let me show you 3 different things. If you're going to get hardcore into anodizing, you'll get into these 3 things. I'm glad I've got a few people here. That way I can show them some stuff. So right here is oxalic acid. You got your sodium bicarbonate. And you got your TSP, your trisodium phosphate. So for your solution here, most people use baking soda. But you can use mixes and combinations of these to make that same solution, but a little better. And then Wink is just hydrofluoric acid diluted and some other stuff. And then there's multi-etch, and multi-etch is very, it's not as aggressive as Wink until you warm it up. So you're supposed to actually use multi-etch in a warmed pan to remove etch stuff. But when you use it cold, it goes really slow. So the cool thing about multi-etch is you can go backwards through colors. So you can take a knife that's been anodized at 95 volts, and you can leave it in the multi-etch for just a minute, just a few seconds, and it'll take it back to that next color. Let me see if I can get this one back up here to fit the screen. Sorry. Transform, fit the screen. I'm trying to get this figured out. Show the browser and all the different windows. But anyway, you can go back one color at a time. But I'm going to do an anodization video soon. But if you want to look up like some mixes, there's all kinds of articles that show you how to do all kinds of stuff when it comes to anodization. It's harder doing like blacks and stuff. Once you get into it for a while, you'll get into that also. Go back to the camera here. Firefox off. All right, guys. I've been on here for an hour and 15 minutes now. But I was going to explain how you can do like as long as you do the higher voltage first, then you can sand anything you want off of the knife and do a second voltage of anything lower than that, and it'll never, since it never gets higher than that highest voltage, then it'll never change that color. So if you want to do two-tone stuff, what you do is you find you a high voltage color that you want to mix. So like greens or these purples, so you'll find a 78 volt right here. And like if you wanted to mix that 78 volt with one of these lower voltage golds, like 12, then you could take this knife and you could anodize the entire scales up to that high voltage color, that purple. I think it was like, what did I say, 78? And it would anodize the entire scales that color. And then you would take sandpaper and you would hold it flat and you would sand off all these flats. And so it would leave that purple color down in all the grooves. And then since you're never going to get up to that 78 volts again, it's never going to affect that color. So that color will stay that color while you're going through all this range of colors, all the way from 9 up to that 78. So any of these colors that you want to do a two-tone with, that's how you can sand the flats on stuff and make really cool two-tone patterns. And I'm giving away, this is stuff you can make money on eBay doing. So this is something that it's not hard, but once you B&A's new Bless Ripley. What other lives? Fuchs was asking me if I went into other people's live streams, and was he talking about? Are y'all talking about people like that have those where they take the Walmart knife and they do like 6 to 8 hours of consecutive cutting of cardboard to see if they get dull? I saw some live feeds of some pretty crazy stuff with knives. And that was one of them I ran across. I was like, really? This guy's going to cut cardboard for 8 hours? Is there really so many? Okay, I need to get into that scene, or I need y'all to help me get into that scene. I know that, like, I mean, I know Knives does his sharpening videos live, and then, like, what's his name? Metal Complex does his where he's goofy in all of them. He burps and farts and acts like a geek, and I like him and all. He can't mess with the king. I can't talk trash about Metal Complex, but I liked him and everything. Some of his takes were a little off for me, but then when I saw his live videos and heard him, like, I don't know, my opinion changed a little bit of him. He's still the king, though, I guess. He still gets the views. And I like his daily content, so that's why I started trying to do one of these daily. Duty's Daggers. Knife Dope. Juvan. Stevie Maddie. Well, okay. So Duty's Daggers. Yeah, I don't get MC. I mean, I like Stasa 23. I like LTK. I like Jared for his sharpening. I mean, I guess Jared's cool and all. Like, he's a lot cooler to me, like, as a man, like, being manly than MC is, Metal Complex. Jared's a knife guy. I don't know. I probably wouldn't get along with Jared just because of his cockiness. I think he exudes a little cockiness, maybe. And I could be wrong. He could be a cool guy in person, but he always jumps in on his videos. Like, I saw him doing I don't know if you saw his video where he went to some star's house to check out some actor's knife collection or something, and I don't know, he just kind of jumped in a little too much for my liking in that video. I'm not on IG. I made a TikTok, and I need to get an IG, and I need to cross-post my stuff, both places, all my shorts. I need to add some sound to my shorts on all it. I need some help. I am on IG. Tag me a bunch of great channels. All right. Let me make an Instagram that for the Blade Alchemy thing, because I don't use mine, and I'd rather just start fresh. So let me make one today, and my email. Any of y'all need to ask questions or want to get in contact with me or want to help me out? Blade Alchemy 4U, and that's the number 4 and the letter U at Gmail. So it's Blade Alchemy 4U at Gmail with the number 4 and the letter U. I've got all kinds of stuff. I think I've got the website. I think I've got I don't know. I might have an Instagram already, but I just don't remember. But I know I made a TikTok. Yeah, I realize that the more exposure you get, alchemy, yeah, blade alchemy. Yeah, I don't know. There you go. Yeah, man, I should have turned off my stupid phone messages. Sorry. I'm sure y'all can hear that coming through, and it's terrible. I've got that Insta360 should be in today, so that'll be cool. It's got some super cool. It's got some like auto tracking features and all kinds of stuff. And I do have the ability. Like we went to the stove to do some dyeing. Oh, hold on. Let me see what we're talking about here. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Let's see if this camera's working. Well, nope. I don't see it. Hold on. Yep, that camera's not plugged up. I had a second camera. You want to know about this one? This this is the Golden Design Works Standard. See you later, man. Appreciate you stopping in. Thank you about my logo, man. Yeah, Golden Design Works Standard. It's got an awesome finger choil. We just looked at the OEM for that. That's a Bestech knife. It's sitting right beside another Bestech knife. This is the Bestech Supersonic. I got a really good deal on it, so I grabbed it. I actually bought these four right here all from the same guy, same deal. It's a Luft, which is a Riot OEM, Luft AVNT, Bridgeport, the Ari. Man, I just love knives and love talking knives, and I'm going to be doing it anyway, so I thought, why not do it daily in a little blade talk? Like I said, I've got multiple cameras now. Here's another one. I had it hooked up, and I could like zoom in on stuff and move around. And I've got a wireless one actually, so I can take it to the kitchen, so we can have a stove feed up here in the corner of the scales boiling and the dye. Or we could have, you know, pictures of spray painting or doing shipwreck finishes on knives with ammonia and stuff outside, or spray painting the clear coat on them, or have that on camera outside at the same time we're all talking on video in here. So I hope to try to learn OBS pretty good and get the. I found a really cool little service last night that's free. It's a script this guy wrote for having video calls and people call in with audio and video. It makes it really easy to add them to OBS. A lot of those other front systems that people use are just front ends built on OBS, like Streamlabs and StreamYard and all that. OBS has more functionality once you get into it because you can customize everything. And you can do all kinds of scene changes and fades in between them and this wild stuff. So OBS streaming software is pretty cool. It's open source, so that's why it's. Oh, you're talking about the camera again? No, I refuse to get good Spydercos with the common steel. This one is actually. Sorry, I didn't mean that to sound snobby. I wanted something unique. This one is Z-Wear PM. And these are DNA lasering off Etsy. Makes titanium laser etched scales. And I did the lightning anno on that clip. I can't ever figure out how to get the stupid color to show up right. but it's pretty bright. What in the world? The colors never flash off the camera like they should. But anyway, that's a Z-Wear PM. And then I got my PM3 is Maximet. I mean, it's not anything special, but it's not the S30V one that everybody has. And then the same with this one's the only one I think that's stock steel, the S30V or whatever. What does that say on it? Heck, I don't know. Yep. Is it S90 or S30? It is S30. So that's my smock with Meton Boss scales, and there's a little better on the color on that clip. And then my PM2 is, this blue one is a limited edition, like, I don't know, Knife Center, Knife Joy, Knife somebody. And it's the Spy 27 on my PM2. And then I guess since my Mannix is just, it's the only knife I got that's half serrated, I guess it's just a standard also. Yeah, S30V. Need to wipe off my knives. Man, I used to hate Spyderco. This shape and this hole used to drive me nuts. I'm a little bit older, so I was used to, I don't know, knives not having this. And when I saw that hump like that, I was like, what the heck? And it had to grow on me. I think everybody starts out that way with Spyderco. So some of my favorite knives, I did a mod to my Shaman. I do a nipple removal on people's Shamans. I've done like 3 or 4 now. But Shamans come with this little nub right out here by where the choil meets the blade at the plunge grind. And it sticks out, and when you close it, it hits your finger. And I know you felt that. Well, I did a mod to where I got rid of mine to where it doesn't hit my finger. So I ground it off, and it also makes the blade just look better. And so the reason the Shaman is one of my favorites is because it doesn't have that huge hump. It's just kind of that straight blade. And it's the same reason it's a lot of people's favorite. So this one doesn't hit my finger now. So you have to denipple your Shamans. I've got and all you do is take a take a Dremel and just be careful. You always hold it the blade towards you because the spin of the Dremel is pulling it that way. And so when you take the blade out, always hold the blade. I always hold it right here. The blade will be out. And you just hold the Dremel to the side here. You just grind it down. And I want to eventually, once I get a little bit more confident, I'm going to try to finish that jimping all the way out to the end. I think that would just finish out the look because it's got jimping that goes all the way back to the back. And so I think if this jimping went, so I left enough meat that I can actually do the jimping and it'll fall right in line, or it should. Anyway, that's a little mod I did. A lot of people mod their smocks because they got the double detent balls. I love that. Sense of security, and the lock on the smock is, I mean, it's one of the best button locks. And the fidgetiness with the being able to open it any kind of way you want, you know. Like the smock is it's the Cormorant, it's the Kaiser Cormorant of Spyderco. They all got to have one of those. But this right here, man, y'all need to grab one of these. It's Lemifshi's new one. It's a replica of a $3,000 custom, almost exact. It's like $85. He made it a point, which doesn't bother me at all, to say how well of a job they did on the D2 as far as heat treatment goes. So it's got like a 61, I guarantee it, of some good D2, and it's going to be a great knife. This is a collabo with BBK. The custom this is based off of is a collabo between the knife maker and Brian Brown. So you were right on with thinking it. And this knife feels as good. I will show you what this knife reminds me of a lot. Hold on. Let me let me look right here. As far as the quality of this knife, it feels every bit as good as this one. Hold on. As that one. No, not that one. This one. Not that one. This one and yep, right here. These two. And these two. All right. So if I was going to compare the way this clone feels to me, because the thing I said about this one, not only does it have a beautiful grind, all the edges are perfectly rounded, milled, everything matches the original. I checked it out. The only difference is these holes start a little further back, like a 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch back. Oh yeah, like I'm into knives. I've got 600 plus. Yeah, I'm big into knives. So the one it feels like is this right here, and this is a Riot OEM. This is a Brian Efros Elder, and man, let me get my towel. Hold on. Yeah, man, I'm into knives. So the feel and quality and everything feels as good as this one. And this is a $400 knife, and this is an $80 knife. It also feels as good. It feels better on it. I mean, no, it feels just as good as this Corvus. In the quality and the build and the edges aren't even, I don't know. I mean, they're different designs, but they're pretty similar. Once you have a style, you have a style. And then this one is, of course, a different blade style. But as far as quality goes, it feels a lot like it. And they're real similar in size. I don't have a hog house, man. I want a hog house. And I don't have any real Shiros. I do have some nice replicas. I just can't bring myself to paying. I'm a different kind. I don't know. No, I don't. I refuse to spend that much money on knives. And I know I could buy 20 nice ones instead of 600 different ones. But I like variety. And this Raptor, these two Raptors, I actually need to sell one of these. I might do a giveaway with one of these on my channel. I don't need both of them. I don't know why I bought both of them. Again, I got a good deal on this one, or I would have never got this carbon fiber one. But it's got beautiful carbon fiber on it. And the jigged one, I would rather have just a solid one, but if it's going to have holes on it, at least have a cool jig. I definitely want a hog house. I will own a hog house at some point. I'm about to start going through some knives and trying to sell some bundles of some older knives and get rid of some. But like I carried this again last night. And the fact that I carried that, which is a replica, and that's what I carried last night. So it made me evaluate my situation and be like, why do I have so many other knives that are so much more expensive? I mean, granted, the Snex Buster is a great knife, and if you like big knives, you should like this knife. Everything about it feels great. The action is perfect. The drop shut, I mean, it's just sick. I've got it tuned where it's perfect. Like, it just closes exactly like it's supposed to. I don't want it to fall completely and cut you. This one will occasionally, but most of the time, you got to turn it a little bit. That's a cool model. I like MF Doom. I'm a fan. So I saw this one. I had to grab it. And then I got that one a few days ago. And I've really been liking it. It's got a sound, too. It's got a ting. I don't know if you can hear that. It's got a super cool sound. You have to reverse flick it and get your finger off the clip to make it sound, because the clip's actually what's vibrating and making a cool sound. Check it out, though. It's Lemifshe. If you go to AliExpress, type in Lemifshe knife, and it'll come up. And they have two different styles. This is the copy. Real quick, we'll go back here. They got two versions. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Firefox. All right. This is the page. This right here is the Segundo number 9. And that's what I was showing when I think when you came in. And this is it's got black pivot collar and black thumb studs. And like I said, this first hole starts a little further back from the pivot. So look at that one. I mean, you can't beat that. Like, trying to get it close where you can see. And then the other one he sells, that's the drop point. I always buy the drop point first, just because I prefer drop points. But I went ahead and ordered the other one. I like the way those lines, if I'm going to have holes, I like the way those holes were. But he also has this one. And that, when I saw the hollow grind on this one, I was like, oh yeah, I got to order one of those too. So of course I placed a second order for this one. So you get those two knives, and man, like for 160, 170 bucks, you got two wonderful knives. Well, I've been going an hour and 41 minutes. Nick, man, please send me an email. bladealchemy4u@gmail.com. And I'll get you added on, I don't know if I typed that right, but yeah, that blade is sick. And see, look right here. If we go back here and we go to AliExpress, Lemifshe knife. First one that comes up right now is those two models. Got the drop point. We got the Tanto. $85.50 each. And there's coupons that'll get them down to like close to $75 each. So about 150 bucks, 160 bucks. Yeah, man, crazy. And it is a 10 out of a 10. Like, you can't beat it. Yeah, it is, man. It looks great. All right, well, I'm gonna get out of here, man. It's been fun. I appreciate y'all stopping in and chatting with me. It's what it's about, talking knives, man. Um, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time every day. I'm gonna stick to it. I work 6 days a week, nights. So I was like, man, if I'm gonna be up working, why not when I get off work, spend a little bit of time talking knives with other knife bros and knife sisters, if there is any. I know my sister watches my videos, so there is at least one female watching us. But there's some knife ladies out there. Would love for them to come in here and talk with us too. But every morning, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, -6 GMT. So if you're in the UK, it's 2 p.m. In the UK, it would be 8 a.m. here. So, yeah, man, come in, talk to us. We're going to get audio soon from other people, if not video and audio. I'm sure I'll get on video eventually. I just haven't yet. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. You could have spent your time anywhere. You chose me. We'll see you on the next one. Y'all have a great day.